Pencils down. That's it. Pencils down. We're done. Pencils down. And guess what, Eddie? Guess what?
Yeah.
Guess what? I don't know if you knew this, but well, first of all, I'm Jerry Rocha. You are.
Yeah. Eddie Pence.
And this is our podcast, The Ramble.
And that concludes the Ramble. That concludes this Ramble.
That is Ramble 364.
We get the title out and our names, and that's the Ramble.
And everything else is just, it's over. We're
extra.
done.
We do it for you guys.
This is all for you now. Contractual, we're done. We can walk off into the fucking sunset, count our hemp Vita
and no
money,
one would blame us.
Just like roll around naked in our hemp Vita money like we do.
Right. Like we do. But just, all the Ramblers know that this is just extra for them.
It's extra. It's extra. So. And you know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to do something. I almost thought, do we just go straight to the song? Do we just start the song? Or what do you think? Do we do unorthodox style here? Do we I mean, just to let them know this isn't your father's ramble?
I mean, we've been changing stuff up left and right here at the Ramble the last couple of weeks, so I might go for it. Do the song.
If you know
and
the
if
words.
People are late coming into the Ramble, then fuck it, they missed it.
Thank you. There it is.
If you're coming in late, you missed it.
In heaven above, do you believe in love? Everybody, don't tell a lie, don't be false and untrue. It all comes back to you. Open fire on my burning heart. I've never been lucky in love. My defenses are down. A kiss or a frown can't survive on my own. Everyone, we know this, right? If a girl walks in and calls her name in my heart, I'll turn and run away. Every day we've all been led astray. It's hard to be lucky in love. It gets in your eyes. It's making you cry. Don't know what to do. Don't know what to do. You're looking for love, calling heaven above. Boom, boom. Send me an angel. Ooh, send me an angel. Ooh, right now. Right now. There we go. Bam. There
and
it is.
You know what? If you came late to the Ramble and you missed it,
not singing it again.
That's what you get for being late to the Ramble.
Yeah, that's what that's
I mean, if you're one of those people like, hey, I got 20 minutes before they even get into the song.
Right. Well, how much are you regretting things right
now?
How
much are you regretting?
How much are you regretting
things?
You
start up the Ramble and you always skip 20 minutes ahead.
You're one of these people. You're an Indiana Pacers fan that started heading towards the arena in that Knicks game before Reggie Miller.
Yep. You don't deserve to see Reggie Miller do what he did.
You
don't deserve it. You don't deserve the song.
Or the modern thing is Ahsoka. You don't deserve the last 5 episodes of Ahsoka.
You turned out after the first 3 episodes. You don't deserve anything coming after that. It's just the way it is.
Oh, man.
It's the way it is.
It's the way it is. That's just the way. Another
That's
song?
Just the way it
will never change. That's just the way it is.
The way it is. See, you get 2 songs here at the Ramble. But not if you showed up late. You get none.
You're gonna because we're still 3 minutes.
You come early. You get 2.
That bucket time made it on the welfare dime, cause they can't buy a job. It's a man in a silk suit hurries by, catches a poor old lady's eyes.
Yeah.
Just for fun, he says, get a job. Ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum. And that's just the way it is.
That's just the way.
Some things
Come early
will
next
never
time.
change.
Come early next time.
That's just the way it is. Oh, but don't you believe them?
We're the Tom Coughlin of podcasts. If you're 5 minutes early, you're 10 minutes late.
There it is. There it is.
The Tom Coughlin of podcasts.
Oh man, don't you miss Tom Coughlin with his?
What'd you fucking say?
The fuck you say?
What'd you fucking say to him?
I don't miss him because the Giants were actually relevant when he was there. So I don't miss him.
As much as I hate the dude, he was obviously a good coach.
Beat Belichick twice. Beat Belichick and Brady twice. Undefeated against Belichick and Brady. With Eli Manning.
With Eli Manning, who in the regular season was barely above average quarterback.
So
clutch playoff games, but regular season barely average.
Is that enough? Does he get the yellow jacket? Is that enough?
If you put him in, you got to put in Jim Plunkett. That's all I'm saying.
Plunkett's not in. He has 2 also, doesn't he?
He's got 2 also. And he should be in. Because you can't put Eli
he should
in.
be in before Eli.
You can't put Eli in for what he did in the regular season,
and not put.
It's not a Hall of Fame career.
And if you're going to put him in, you can't sit on Jim Plunkett anymore.
Yeah, if you're just putting him in because he won 2 Super Bowls, then you got to put in Plunkett.
Right, no question. So, I don't know but I bet Eli gets in. It's New York.
He'll get in.
He's
a Manning.
He's a Manning. He played for New York. He's in.
Yeah, he'll get in.
Want the
first, he'll be a first ballot too, which he shouldn't be.
He shouldn't be
a first ballot.
He should have to sit. He should have to sit it out. You have to sweat it out like Plunkett for 30 fucking years.
Yeah, you gotta give him the Art Monk treatment and give him fucking 20 years before
of
he gets in.
Sitting around the Drew Pearson. Just nope.
Yeah,
fucking stew.
Oh, you retired as the all-time leading receiver? No, we'll just
keep
waiting. Keep waiting.
Sit down. So here we are.
Yeah.
Ramble.
Here we are.
Ramble.
What is it again?
This one?
Yeah, what is this one again?
It's in the books, 364. In the books.
It was 364. This is just Ramble
this
OT.
Is extra time. Ramble overtime. By the way, we're still, it's only been a day.
Yeah.
These fucking people.
Jesus Christ.
These fucking people.
What do we have to do, man?
I don't know, but we're stuck at 137.
We're changing shit up. We're putting the song in the first minute. We're doing new
2 songs.
Two songs in the first minute. We're doing new bits.
We got rid of Cody. We muscled Cody out. We muscled Cody out.
We played the long game, getting him out.
What else?
It all started with our day baseball plan, and then it turned into.
Do we mention this when he comes back next week? Do we mention this when we get Cody back? No.
You got to be here.
You got to be.
Even
here. Cody. Even Cody.
What's the best ability?
Availability. Being here. Being here.
That's the best ability you can bring to the Ramble is your availability.
That's it. There it is. There it is. So, it's time for the catch-up, Eddie. How have things been with you?
Not bad. Doing
Not bad?
okay. Doing
That's
okay.
good. It sounds like you're making a corsage for Colton's home.
There's trash in his room, and I'm trying to get it out of the way so it doesn't bother me. So I'll stop playing with the trash. There's so much garbage in here.
Hey, you're the fucking man of the house. You tell that little turd to clean that shit up.
You fucking can't hit kids anymore. That's the problem.
Jesus Christ.
You can't fucking
fucking liberals.
Okay.
Before we get into this, so I sent you this, Eddie. And
Yeah.
So I posted a reel because a Trumper heckled me a while back. You might have been at that show. And
that was wasn't that one of the Bray Improv or some shit or Irvine Improv? Yeah.
And
I remember that. She left. She walked out in the middle of the show.
They kicked her out. They kicked her. But,
yeah. Oh, that's right.
But this guy. So anyway, if you haven't seen the reel, she tells me read a book. And my joke was, what book is a Trump? First of all, a Trumper, the balls, telling anyone to read anything.
To read anything.
And I said, what book? Mein Kampf? So one Facebook message said, if you can read that.
Mein Kampf, the biggest lefty book. The biggest leftist book.
Yeah, there you go. Sure.
Okay.
Yep. And then this other guy, he writes.
What's that one?
Let's see. Do I need to put it closer? Is that?
That's blowing out. You may need to read that one.
All right. He says, I am, can die now. I am, can now die.
I can now die.
Can now die. I've seen a left-leaning comedian. They got that sentence right. But so they started off, can die now. You're like, ooh.
I'm can die now.
Can die now. I've seen a left-leaning comedian, and then everyone's like this. Oh, or did they get it? Are they? They're 1-1 now. They're 1-1.
Yeah.
I see why there isn't many. A late fumble.
Okay, is the can die now? Is that the drop back? And he drops the snap, and you're like, oh fuck. He dropped the snap. But then he scoops up the snap. Scrambles.
You're like,
Busts the pocket. Fires it to a wide open guy. You're like, okay. And then out of nowhere, pick six. Is that what that's what that comment was?
I see why there isn't many. And then
can die now.
can die. And then this woman just wrote, "Is this a comedian?" But this is her profile picture. If you can see,
wonderful looking person
right there. And so I just, how are you gonna come at me with your scary stories to tell in the dark looking ass? With your fucking scary stories to tell in the dark looking ass, you're gonna fucking come at me with your fucking scary stories to tell in the dark looking ass. Look at this motherfucking fucking. Anyway, Jesus. So,
I'm can die now.
I'm can die now. Is that so far? That's a working title for this ramble.
I'm can die now.
I'm can die now. I'm can die now.
Fucking assholes.
Oh, so stupid.
I wonder if as he was writing, he's like, I got this fucking guy. I'm putting this lefty where he belongs.
This guy is left. Go cry. Here's my mug of liberal tears.
I'm owning this lib. I'm can die now.
I'm can die now. So, dude, so now it's Sunday, okay? Mm-hmm. And Andrea's brother, sister-in-law, 3 nephews are visiting.
Right.
And we decide, let's go play some Frisbee golf, because we played Frisbee golf Saturday.
Sure.
Now, her youngest nephew is like 6.
Right. And that's the drug mule of the family, right? That's the one they pack full of drugs.
Stuff him up, fly him over.
That's the one they load up with the drugs.
Stuff him up in Colombia, fly him to LaGuardia.
I just want to be sure in the story which one was the drug mule.
The 6-year-old is the drug mule.
Because who looks at the drug mule? Who checks the drug mule?
Who's going to check an adorable 6-year-old being
Nobody.
cute?
Nobody.
Swallow 30, shove 40 up the ass.
If he's crying, it's like, he's not feeling well.
Look at the baby.
Yeah. That's it.
Then that's the
just making sure.
Mule. Yeah.
Okay.
So, the drug mule and I are walking, and now he and his oldest brother, who's 10, the two of them, and boy,
the former drug mule.
The former drug mule. He made it. And what a time to be alive, Eddie. They're 10 and 6.
Well,
and
great ages.
They both, for the first time, have discovered and are falling in love with Star Wars.
Oh.
So the 6-year-old is just asking me every question under the sun.
Do
I think Mace Windu's really dead? Because they've just seen right now episodes 1 through 6. And he's like, do you think Mace Windu's really dead? He's asking. I'm just like, I'm just playing. But every question he's got, I thankfully have an answer. As we're walking to the Frisbee golf course, Andrea, her dad, her brother, and her other nephew are in the car. And they're driving past us. And they all wave. And I wave, we wave. I'm like, hey, there they are, buddy. Let's give a wave. And then I'm just staring at them waving. I half step off the sidewalk. Ankle, just 90-degree angle on the old ankle.
Oh, ouchie, ouch.
Fall over. The 6-year-old thinks I did it on purpose. He's laughing like, hey, that was funny.
He's laughing.
And
Uncle Jerry's funny.
I don't want to freak him out. I'm like, boy, silly.
Just grab him by the face and just hold his head.
Yeah. And then it's bad. I'm limping now the rest of the walk.
Oh.
And it turns out I got x-rayed today. That was Sunday. Today's Tuesday. I went to urgent care, got an x-ray, and they did. Now, here's where it gets crazier. So I take the x-ray, and the doctor is like, I don't think this is a severe fracture, anything to worry about. She said, but on the x-ray, we found a spot right below your ankle. And I'm like, oh, God. And she's like, given your history, she goes, I don't think there's anything to worry about. But given your history with cancer, let's just be safe and make sure. And I'm like, So I'm just sweating all day. And then she called me like a half hour and go, yeah, that spot. Not cancer. And I'm like, okay, I don't give a shit. I don't care what then. Good. And she said it is a chronic fracture.
Oh.
Don't know how long it's been there.
Right. Have you been in pain there? Has it been a painful thing?
No, like I'll wake up some mornings and it's a little bit, but I always thought it was bone spurs from all the times I sprained it before. Does that make sense?
Right.
You know, but I sit there and play basketball at the gym a week ago. I was shooting.
Just chalk it up to age and whatnot.
Yeah, I thought it was just probably bone spurs. I really thought it was bone spurs. That's been that way, Eddie, for probably almost 20 years now, I think.
Right, since you got out of Nam.
Yeah, since I got out of Nam. and so now I got to go get a boot tomorrow, get fitted for a boot. So, but let's rewind back to Sunday.
Okay.
I walk back. Play Frisbee golf with a now sprained and fractured ankle.
Right.
I threw a 2-under.
Okay.
Is that...
Is this Michael Jordan's flu game?
I was about to say, is this better than the flu game?
Is this better than the flu game?
Is this a bigger accomplishment than Jordan's flu game? A 2-under, Eddie. A 2-under.
Is this Paul Pierce coming in the finals?
Standing up off the wheelchair?
I mean, do you put it up there?
Is this Willis Reed?
There, right?
Is this Willis Reed coming out of the tunnel
with a broken leg
in Matt at the Garden? I mean, it's up. Is it? It's those.
I think you know what. Knowing the performances that Paul Pierce and Willis Reed had, not great performances, but inspired efforts.
The team,
right? But you shot a 2-under.
So I think it's
Jordan put up. I don't know how many he hung on the Jazz.
I think with the
flu game. So I think you coming in right under Jordan, but above Weed and Paul Pierce.
I think it's right, but boy, it's 1A, 1B, really. I think flu game.
Yeah. Oh no, it's not by a mile. No, it's you're sniffing his jock.
Right.
Like, you're right there.
There.
Interchangeable. I don't think anyone would argue if they put you above.
Did you hear the rumor about the flu game? That supposedly it was because he had ordered a pizza before that, and it was fucking...
Oh, yeah, and they spiked it or something.
Jazz fans spiked it to make him sick. Fucking monsters. They don't ever deserve a champion. Fuck them.
No, they'll never get one. They'll never get one.
Fuck them, pieces of shit. But yeah, and
they actually had they were forced to cheer for Karl Malone and John Stockton, which is gross.
Which is hard enough. Jesus
which is bad
Christ.
enough they have to wear that for the rest of their lives.
God, the worst deliverer of a DDP ever, of a DDT. I mean,
probably,
the diamond cutter. Sorry, the diamond cutter. The worst diamond cutter giver ever, Malone.
Banged a 15-year-old or 14-year-old? How old?
I think it was 14.
14.
Got her pregnant, I believe.
Yeah, and then the anti-vaxxer Stockton
and
guy.
The anti-vaxxers, they're just so gorgeous.
Good people. Good people.
Something else happened. I've been playing this game, Starfield. Really good game for the Xbox, Eddie. And
it's sci-fi, in space.
Starfield in space. It's like Elder Scrolls. Garfield. Starfield, but with Garfield. You don't like Mondays. You eat lasagna. It's classic. And it might be a better game. I would play that more than. But so I'm playing it, and Kingsley, dedicated listener. Kingsley. Kings.
Kings? That's old Ramble. That's old Ramble shit.
Wait, that's old Ramble shit. Look at us. We'll give you everything. Kingsley was like, dude, I had to thank him for this tip. He said, you go to this raider camp that's in this star system, and you get all kinds of fucking goods you can trade for. Basically, I'm just another killer doing dirt for the Skrilla. You know what I mean? Wow. You get money. Sure. Money. Yeah. So I go to this encampment, this raider camp, clean those motherfuckers out, Eddie.
Of course you do. Of course you do. You're Garfield. You're Garfield
with Starfield.
You're fucking tearing it up.
I don't like Mondays. How great would that be?
That'd be the best game ever. He's just he's part of some fucking intergalactic space fleet. Garfield.
And you have to find John. Like, John went missing. Right? Years ago. John went missing. John disappeared. And there's clues that he might still be alive. Nobody knows. And you have to find him.
Odie's turned on you.
Oh God, he's the main boss. You have to kill Odie.
You think he's dead, and you find out later.
Right, he's been
manipulating
everything, and you have to kill Odie. Who's not into this?
Starfield.
Man. Real quick.
Right.
We need real quick though. I have an email to read from Charles Phillips, CP.
CP.
As a former champion, Chucky Bob Backlund Phil, I'm not a bitter loser. I won't go for my title just yet. But just know, this isn't the last time you've seen me on top.
Wow. He's just holding that money in the bank briefcase.
Right? Just not cashing in tonight. Ooh. So while I'm in there in the Raider camp, I come across, dude, this was like 11,000 credits in the game. Harvested organs, contraband harvested organs.
Okay.
And worth 11,000 credits in the game.
Woo! Yeah.
Woo! Garfield's going to be making some money. And so
he's making that Skrilla.
He's making that, dude, nothing but a killer doing dirt for the Skrilla. And so I put that in my, luckily the ship I had has like a secret cargo bay where you can smuggle stuff. And I'm like, okay, but I'm thinking, well, where am I putting this shit? You know, like, where am I selling? Where am I going to fence? Where am I going to find a fence for this?
Right. You got to unload the goods.
So I Googled it. I Googled, where do I sell harvested organs? And almost hit return. And I was like, in the game Starfield. I was like, in the fake video game Starfield, like Strawberry Fields, nothing is real. Okay, just in a video game. Where am I gonna? Dude, I almost just typed that in and just hit return.
As soon as you hit return, you just hear.
Right, just flag.
As soon as you hit return.
That. So yeah, it was.
That's fucking funny.
It was crazy, dude. I was like, oh god. Wait, no, not what it sounds like. Not what it sounds like. In the fake game. Oh god.
In the fake game.
In the game that's a big lie. This game was just a giant lie, a big lie in the game.
All those kids slaughtered, incredible.
All those kids slaughtered in prison. And,
incredible.
Incredible, this fake game. A game of fakeness.
Yeah.
By the way, look, I think we have footage? I think we might have another footage of Trump.
We probably do.
What's he addressing now? Do you know what this rally, what he said, what this was about?
I mean, last one was about the windmills. I think he's doing some geopolitical stuff. He's touching on Israel, and I think he's reading some poems.
Oh God. Okay. Well, here we go. Are we ready? Do we have?
Yeah.
It? The elemental crystals are the life source of the planet. The great things are wonderful things, these crystals. We need them. Everybody needs them. With them, gentle winds blow. The seas are active. Fire burns bright. And the earth, the one the liberals hate, is full of life. All seems well in the world until the wind suddenly stops. The seas begin to grow stagnant. The heat of fire becomes scarce. And the earth begins to wither. King Tycoon, a really bad guy, sensing a premonition of evil, hurries off to check on the wind crystal, only to witness it destroy itself. If I were there, it wouldn't have happened. King Tycoon, not a good leader. Everybody doesn't like him. They all want me. Meanwhile, a young traveler named Bart is camping in a field when a giant meteor strikes the planet. When he heads out to examine the meteor, he's shocked to find a young girl named Lena. Now, she wouldn't have been shocked to find me, let me tell you that. But that's a story for another day. Who's a princess of Tycoon, and an old man named Galoof, who's on a critical mission. Later, joined by Faris, a pirate captain, the foursome must travel the land in search of the destroyer of the crystals and save the planet at any cost. Okay.
Wow.
Final.
That
sounds like Final Fantasy V, the Japanese
sounds
only
like it's
Super Nintendo game.
Either way, I think it's going to comfort a lot of people in these troubling times.
Tough times. That's what they needed to hear. They needed real leadership, and they got it.
And he is. He's that leader he's that rare leader that we don't have all the time.
Oh, so now it's time for our newest, a first time. It's a kind of a, we've talked about this before, but we're going to make this a recurring segment on the Ramble podcast. You and I will pick our finger blast song of the day. Now, can I start with my rogue choice?
Okay.
Like if it's a bit of a rough and tumble person, you're going to finger blast, right?
Right.
Ice Cube's Wicked. I think there might be.
Okay.
If that's. And then Charles Phillips, Boys to Men, I'll Make Love to You. Okay.
Great finger bang. Good one.
That's
Finger
a great
blast, too.
choice. Great choice. Again, Wicked is not my. I'm just saying that would be, rogue choice. If you notice, she's a kind of a rough and tumble kind of gal. Then see if that'll work. But I might pick. What else could it be just for today? Now we do this again 2 rambles from now. I'll give you a different.
It can change. It can
change. But
sure.
I gotta go. Phil Collins, One More Night.
Ooh.
One more night.
Right.
You give me just one more
that's a
night.
great finger blaster. Yeah.
I mean, Jesus.
I might finger my own butthole with that one.
Right? Now here's that. Y'all don't even think you need a French tickler for this, do you?
No, dude. I don't think you need to lick it.
Are there still French ticklers? Are those still being manufactured?
Google it.
Do you remember the mystique surrounding the French tickler?
Yeah, I remember the first time I saw one. I was at a truck stop.
It's always in truck stops.
It's always in a truck stop, and they had a condom machine in the bathroom, and then they had it was the first time I'd seen a condom machine. I was probably 11 years old.
Yeah.
And they had 4 different types of condom. They had a glow in the dark one. They had a regular one. They had the ribbed one, and then they had the French tickler one, which was just a condom, and it had this looked like an octopus at the end. I'm like, how is that's a French tickler? And I don't even know if that's a French tickler, but that's what it was called.
That's weird. Oh, by the way, do we still have that Trump feed?
Oh, yeah. Let me plug it in.
Okay. You should definitely try wearing a French tickler at least one time. Let me tell you, your partner's going to love it. It's a wonderful thing, that French tickler. Okay. That's very odd. How did he know? That's what we were talking about. How did he know?
He just covers everything in his rallies. That's why he's such a great leader. Because he covers everything.
So I went Phil Collins One More Night. Charles Phillips gave us I'll Make Love to You, Boys to Men. Eddie, what's your finger blast?
I'll give you my rogue one first.
Okay, let's go rogue.
In case, it's down and dirty and you're almost you kind of like the person, but you're also kind of annoyed by him at the same time, right?
Okay, I'm ready.
I Hate Everything About You by Ugly Kid Joe.
Oh, man. Why and I think sex is overrated too. Oh, no.
It's just a night of regret for both people.
Right.
And that's just the perfect song for that night of regret. I think.
Ugly. What was weirder? Ugly Kid Joe having a hit with that hate everything about you, or having a hit with And the Cat's in the Cradle and the Silver.
Well, I mean, that's a great song. They just redid it.
But they were the last band that I thought would redo that when their album covers like a Garbage Pail Kid looking Statue of Liberty picking their nose or whatever.
But I think the only thing that puts that above Everything About You is the beginning of Everything About You starts out with Pat.
That's right. That's right.
Going, aren't you the guys that hate everything?
Right.
And then they go into the song. I'm like, that was such a moment. Pat was such a moment in time.
It really was huge.
That it did need to be immortalized in a song.
I mean, Julia Sweeney got a spot in Pulp Fiction. That's how big Pat was.
That's how big that was. But listen to it now, you're
like, we have to shoehorn her into Pulp Fiction. That's how big Pat is.
But if you didn't know what the fuck that was,
right?
You hear the song now, you're like, what's this person at the beginning talking about? What is this?
So dumb.
It was dumb at the time.
Yes.
But then but if we're gonna go with my actual finger blaster for the week, I'm going All of Me by John Legend.
Oh wow, that's a great one. Woo! All
of Me by John Legend.
So if you look, we don't pretend to provide services here at the Ramble.
No, we do not.
But
we do not. We absolutely do not.
If you are trying to be intimate with your partner and you decide to go fingering, and you play I'll Make Love to You by Boys to Men,
right,
or One More Night by Phil Collins, or All of Me by John Legend,
right,
you're in, my friend.
You're in. You're not being denied. That's all we're saying.
That's a free one from us.
And give Ugly Kid Joe a shot. At a barbecue.
They deserve one.
Behind the Moon bounce.
One more night. Ugly Kid Joe deserves. So, man, now.
Yeah.
Ooh. Now that we got that out of the way, this is we're bringing back a segment from an earlier, the darkest hour.
Oof.
And I already have I think we're gonna do it next Ramble too.
Okay.
And you ready for this?
Yeah.
Modern Rock's Darkest Hour. And I think it's a triple threat match between Three Doors Down, Creed,
Oh.
and oh shit, what was the other one? I had the other one. Fuck, same ilk. It's another one of those. Oh god, it was Three Doors Down, Creed, and I had him, Eddie. I had him. Fuck, or are those two good enough?
I mean, you could do a whole podcast on those two.
I think it's
the darkest hour.
I thought I had a third one, but I really think Modern Rock's Darkest Hour boils down to Creed and Three Doors Down.
Yeah.
I really think.
I mean, yeah.
I think that. Will you do call me Superman? I think it.
And there's been a lot of bad Superman songs.
It really has.
That may be the worst.
That might be the worst one of them.
That
all.
might be the worst
It
Superman.
is
I mean,
so
give me
fucking
Spin
bad.
Doctor's Pocket Full of Kryptonite
any day of the week.
any
over
day
that
of the
shit.
week. Oh fuck yeah. Oh fuck yeah.
Oh, I mean, and that here's how bad those guys are. Kid Rock is just sitting there waiting to get called in for this tournament. Uncle Cracker's just sitting there waiting to get.
They're on the
called in.
sidelines. They still got their warm ups on.
Limp Bizkit's like, how come no one's tapped us to come in? That's how bad these fucking.
They thought they were
bands are.
shoe-ins for this.
This is nothing. We'll be in 2 seconds. I really think it's Creed, Three Doors Down. But now we're going to do today's Darkest Hour, and it's.
And we've debated this one all week in our meetings at Spago.
Our daily meetings at Spago in Beverly Hills. What is it? And it's WWE.
It's WWE's Darkest Hour moment, and we've narrowed it down to 2.
It's 2. Is it the memorial for Chris Benoit the night after?
The video package 24 hours after Chris Benoit
murdered his
passed.
wife and son.
The puff piece they put out when they didn't know
what happened.
When they wouldn't take the time to find out what happened before they put out
any kind of idea.
One simple question had to be asked: who all died? The whole family.
Oh, the whole.
Okay, well, let's ask them. Let's ask some more questions.
Let's see what else might have happened. Oh, there was a Bible next to each corpse.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Let's pump the brakes on the highlight reel. Hold on. Let's not do interviews yet.
Okay, so his screen, he was Googling how to revive the dead. So, all right.
Okay. You know what? Let's do a regular roll this week. Next week we'll come back with the tribute.
We'll see
if necessary.
Or was it someone, Vince, I'm sure, at Over the Edge.
Vince makes all the calls.
At Over the Edge in 1999, when Owen Hart just dropped dead, literally collapsed dead into the ring, says, we still have 5 more matches, or whatever.
Ring the bell.
Ring the bell. I don't.
His decision to continue with the pay-per-view
right after Owen Hart fell to his death.
What's the darkest moment in WWE?
Oh, can I give you my pick?
You give me your pick.
I think it's Benoit.
Mine. You give me yours.
I think it's Benoit for a couple of reasons.
Okay.
One, it's as awful as it was continuing the pay-per-view.
Sure.
It was a pay-per-view. It wasn't reaching the numbers that Raw reached. It doesn't get to the amount of households that Raw got to. Right. So you're saying
in that moment it wasn't live national television, it was a smaller pay-per-view
audience. I can see them going,
audience.
Fuck it, let's just and I think he died at the hospital, right? Technically, I believe, or was he
they pronounced him dead at the hospital.
That's right. So
I don't know.
They had that there's an outside chance he's not dead, or you know what I mean? I don't agree with it at all. You have to just cancel it, but there is that weird show must go on shit.
Right.
And
now I get it. To me, I get your argument if it's WrestleMania, possibly, because that's the biggest one.
That's the biggest one.
What do you do there? I mean, this was like an over your edge. This was like one of those random May pay-per-views where the buy rate's much lower than a WrestleMania. It's
you
not
can
one of the
just
big
cancel
4.
this thing.
You could just walk away from this one. No one's going to.
You could go. We're refunding everybody's money.
Right.
We can afford that. We can easily afford to refund everyone's money. We're sorry it happened. Holy shit.
WrestleMania, I mean, it's much more visible, but you can also make the argument it's because the NFL did it last year with Hamlin. They called the game when the kid collapsed.
We're done. And they should have. That was
Yes.
and I wonder if that was just them instantly doing the right thing, or was that a lesson learned from that moment on with
they took a break. They
took entertainment. You know what I mean? Did everyone go, holy shit, we can never do what happened with Owen Hart ever again?
I would imagine somebody had to bring that up.
Like, guys, we can't just sit here and continue.
Because if you remember last year,
people to go and do the same thing this guy was doing when he died. We can't ask people to go and do the same thing this guy was doing when he collapsed dead for like half a second and his heart stopped. Did it, Hamlin?
Yeah.
Like, we can't.
Well, they paused the game and they were considering starting it back up, and then cooler heads prevailed. Like, you know what? Let's not do this.
Right.
And it was the right call.
So, I mean, but I still think Owen Hart was a very tragic, horrific accident that still could have been prevented had they given half a shit, which is weird because you talk to all the time I spoke to those old school wrestlers, all they talked about was how Vince McMahon just had an eye for detail and he just made sure everything worked, but apparently not then. Like, yeah, fuck it, lower him.
I mean, he'd been lowered 1,000 times before.
Yep.
Yep.
So maybe they just thought this is the same fucking thing, right? Like, we do this every time.
And is it more tragic he died as the Blue Blazer and not Owen Hart? Like, is that the biggest kick in the teeth?
It's the worst gimmick he'd ever had.
It was a joke gimmick. He even made fun of it while he was doing it.
Oh. I still got to go Benoit, though, just because the nature of what happened. Like, the holy shit, this guy murdered his wife and son, then himself. I mean, Owen Hart, if you saw that, he died a hero, yelling people to move out of the way so he wouldn't hit them on the way down.
So he wouldn't hit them. He was like,
saved
clear
lives.
out, clear out.
He actually saved lives. Chris
Benoit did the opposite.
The complete opposite.
He was like trying to find more people to kill.
Yes, and then he just killed
Had
himself.
More people been in the house, they would be
have
dead
been
too.
Dead. And then there they were running this fluff memorial. I gotta go Benoit. What do you think, Eddie? I have to go Benoit.
I only lean towards Owen Hart.
Okay,
because
you're going
because it happened during the event.
Right.
I mean, the Benoit thing is terrible, and then doing the highlight package the next night is just a horrible misstep. It's just a bad misstep. But Owen Hart, to me, it's just like the guy is laying there in the ring. I mean, I remember watching it and just seeing JR just trying to kill 15 minutes or delay 15 minutes in camera, while Jerry Lawler is just like looking into the ring over top of the camera. And it's just for someone in the back to go, and all the wrestlers in the back had to be going, what's happening? What happening?
The fuck just happened? Now,
I remember his blood was in, you could see the blood stain in the ring. They eventually changed the ring mat, but it was there.
I was at a gig that night, and local show in Dallas, and I came home to my apartment, and my roommate, my buddy Jeff, was just dead silent. When I came, I was like, dude, what's up? He goes, dude, Owen Hart died. I'm like, what? And it fucking happened like at the pay-per-view. He goes, you see his body start to fall, and then the cameras cut away, and then it was just nothing for 15 minutes, and they did the show anyway. And we're like, what the fuck?
To me, I mean, as bad as of a misstep as the Benoit thing was, and that's just, to me, that was just kind of laziness and just a rush to try to, like, I guess in their minds, pay tribute to one of their best workers and I guess a friend to most of those people. Like, it was just like whatever happened, he was our friend and we have to do this for him. Whereas like the Owen Hart thing was like, this guy's your friend and he's basically died in the ring, and you're like, well, people really want to see what happens between Undertaker and Austin. Like,
do they really?
To me, that's just like, okay, it's just.
You could.
I don't know.
Yeah, table all this, cancel it, do the tribute like you did the next night on Raw, and then the next Raw, I think, here's how you light this darkest hour. I think, right? You do it like you were supposed, like it would just cancel it from then on. The next night on Raw, you do the tribute you did, and then the very next Raw, you literally give them a free pay-per-view. It's like here was the rest of those matches that were supposed to happen. We'll add 4 or 5 to open. You know what I mean? We're giving you the free event. Here's what's going to happen. Here it is. Now I don't know how you light Benoit's darkest.
I mean, Benoit's thing is just sort of like after it's done, you're kind of like, oh shit, we fucked up, our bad.
Right.
And then I even think there's a level of like forgiveness from the audience for going like, okay, they just didn't know. They just saw that he died and he was their good friend. So of course you think the best of your friend until you hear everything.
Right.
So
you have a fake Benoit come out at the Rumble. Like a lookalike. He's back! And then like, oh, what the fuck?
But to me, that's why the Owen Hart one is just worse because it happened and they just like show. I mean, it's that stupid show must go on. The workers are just props. We don't care about them. We
don't care. It's the show. Hey man, you've convinced me. I think I'm with you. I think the official Ramble ruling is the WWE's Darkest Hour was in fact continuing with the Over the Edge pay-per-view in '99.
Yeah, because one, they didn't have all the facts and they jumped to a conclusion. The other one, they sort of had all the facts.
They had it all.
And they went, fuck it, we're still doing this.
Right.
So.
Right. Oh, man.
That's my.
Well.
Anyway, that's how
it's on to what maybe should have been the way to light the darkest. Now, I think could this have been the only way to light the darkest hour? Is our next segment? Who would win? They say, look, we're so sorry. Owen Hart's passed away, but we are continuing the Over the Edge pay-per-view with a special match. Then the cage gets lowered, and it's Brent Musberger versus Pat Sumeral. Here we go.
Now, are we doing Brent? Are they in their prime?
They're both in their prime. They're both in their prime.
Okay, so this is NFL Today on CBS. Brent Musberger, with Irv Cross and Jimmy the Greek,
yes,
and Pat Sumeral on Madden back on CBS in the late '80s,
early
right?
90s.
Like this is height of their powers.
Height of their powers.
Not early 2000s. Brent Musberger looking at tits and Sumeral doesn't even know what day it is because he's so drunk. Just agreeing with whatever comes out of Madden's mouth.
Yeah.
Right?
So, in their primes. Well, let's go. Don't take our word for it. We're going to read and rainbow this.
Okay.
Charles Phillips says, Pat wins the fight in no time flat. It ends with unprotected shot to the head from an old heavy King James Bible. Now, I have a different outcome.
Okay.
A little bit, but I wrote down, my only note was Sumeral in a fucking squash. That's what I write. I think
it's a squash.
He whoops the living shit out of him. Just
Brent Musberger.
Just beats stuff like it's not even. Like, it's one of the things where, like, the match is over. 8 refs have to pull Sumeral off.
Sumeral just smells blood, and he can't stop.
He can't stop. Because there's just nothing left of Musberger. Oh, fuck. And the only reason it's a squash, I think.
Yeah.
Like that, is the only hope Musberger had was Jimmy the Greek was supposed to come in and interfere, but he got drunk and started talking about slavery on camera to just some kid, and he never made it out to come and help Musberger. So, by the way, are we ever going to see that again? Are we ever going to see? I know DraftKings is everywhere, but are we ever going to see an actual bookmaker on TV telling our parents where to spend money that should go to food and shelter for children? Like, are we ever going to see that again? Is that ever going to happen?
I don't think so. That was a moment in time.
So who do you have? Musberger, Sumeral.
I don't have a squash. Because
Ooh.
I think
Whoa.
Musburger is cagey. You don't stay in the game as long as he has unless you know how to take a punch. I got Musburger and Sumeral. They're going at it. It's pretty much toe to toe.
Right.
And
Right.
at one point, I think Musburger, he's a little more on the heel side than Sumeral. Sumeral's the face of this match.
Sumeral's absolutely the face.
He's the absolute
no
face.
question.
Musburger's the heel.
No question. Yes.
I think you have, to me, Jimmy the Greek makes it out. He runs out for interference. He's getting ready to jump in. He's got Sumeral with his arms behind him. He's got him, and Musburger's just working him, right? He's just working him over. They're taking that stupid medallion that Jimmy the Greek used to wear, and he's wrapping it around his hands, and he's busting open Sumeral.
Rubbing the medallion on Sumeral.
But the huge pop. Here comes Madden. Here comes Madden's coming to the ring. Jimmy scatters. Jimmy sees Madden and just scatters. Doesn't even. Sumeral he turns around and it just goes to white. And then that's when Sumeral rolls him up in a cradle. 1, 2, 3. It's over with.
Because earlier, before this happened, we should let everybody know that Madden's bus exploded in the parking lot.
Everyone thought Madden was dead. They thought Madden was dead.
Sumeral and Greek thought they killed him. Because they were
all there was just a shot of Irv Cross walking away from the bus, and the bus explodes.
Madden's bus.
The whole NFL Today crew was in on it.
Then Madden comes
out. Madden comes out. Burned clothes. He's burned clothes. He's cut up.
Oh, he's got like ash marks all over his face.
The only thing that saved him, he was in the shitter of the bus when it exploded.
Insulated to protect.
And he was insulated from the main explosion.
Dropping his Hall of Fame worthy dump. And
so he's burned up. He's got blue dye all over him from the chemical toilet.
Does he run in or does he just kind of trot?
He's got a limp. He's got a limp for sure. He caught some shrapnel. There's some shrapnel in his thigh.
But imagine
but Jimmy the Greek sees the look in his face, and he knows.
Right. He knows who
a 60% Madden is better than 100% Sumeral.
Come on.
Or Jimmy the Greek. So
Greek, he runs for his life. Sumeral's just ghosted.
Musburger turns around stunned, and then just the roll up from behind.
Then, boom, roll up behind.
He gets the win. Feud isn't over, but he got the win. Score the first one for the good guys.
Wow. Well, man, what and how big is that Madden pop when he? Oh,
dude,
when he comes out,
especially because they thought he was dead.
They thought he died.
The exploded Madden cruiser for sure.
Oh, fuck. Oh, that is. There we go. I kind of like it better if he just Ultimate Warrior sprints his way.
Just hauls ass.
Clears
Clears the ring.
You see him running that fast. Oh, fuck. My God. What a ramble, Eddie. Look what we give. Look at what we did give these fucking people.
These fucking people.
Well, oh my God, we hope you enjoyed Ramble 364. I'm Can Die Now, and we hope you tune in to further Rambles. We'll be back Friday for Ramble Radio. Please subscribe to the Ramble. Give us a 5-star rating and a positive text review. You know where to find us. You know where to love us. Do it. And until then, we will see you Friday. Maybe with Cody. I might have a boot on, too.
Maybe.
And we will get to the goddamn bottom of the darkest hour of modern rock.
No, we will. We'll figure it out.
It's got to be between those two, doesn't it?
There could be a sleeper in there. There could be a dark horse we don't know about yet.
We got to think about it. But I think for now, initially, ramble@theramblepod.com if you have any thoughts. All right, the Ramble Tube on YouTube, Twitter at Podcast Ramble, Instagram. I mean, Twitter's at Podcast Ramble #1, Instagram at Podcast Ramble. We
Yeah.
love you all. Stay safe. Take care, everybody.